Oh my god! We have a whole highlight activity of us here at Silverstone. I'm here. I've been asked to come and drive the Elemental RP1, which you'll see behind me. Got two variants here. Got the 2 litre and then the new 2.3 litre. So Elemental Cars is a company I've been involved with for a couple of years now. A bunch of designers from McLaren have gone and designed their own car. And when I was working at McLaren, I happened to bump into them all. And I've been involved in sort of the design process ever since. And it's been a little while since I've driven a car, admittedly. Various bits of design, etc. have clashed with my schedule and testing, etc. So yeah, it's good to get back in the car again. It's probably been a good 18 months since I've driven the car last. So yeah, we're going to jump out on the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, which I think where the car will be in its element. As it is 600 kilos, thereabouts, 300 brake horsepower, thereabouts. The big thing is the huge amount of underbody aero. It looks a very subtle car, but underneath it there are huge Venturis which create massive amounts of downforce. So yeah, looking forward to opening up on the fast and flowing Silverstone circuit. So without further ado, we'll jump in round. Then we'll talk about the spec of the car. Just been out in the Elemental RP1 around the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit, which was awesome. It is a serious piece of kit. It's quite telling how much the aero is working, literally as you come out of Cops into Magnus Beckett's, and then as you're building speed through the Magnus Beckett's and the transitions left to right, it just feels like you're getting more and more grip. Initially there's quite a bit of a low speed understeer, but from then on it transfers into sort of high speed oversteering. But it's very, very controllable, which I was quite surprised at. Actually, I didn't think. I thought it would be quite aggressive. The more fast you go, the more downforce you get on the front end. The balance will change fairly dramatically. So yeah, I'm quite impressed at how easy it was to control. Drove it in track mode, then race 2. So that is basically given the full engine map, so the full power of 320 from the 2 litre EcoBoost engine, and then the different track modes, race modes, sorry, from then on just basically wind off the traction control. It was good in track and race 1 initially, but ultimately it holds you back, so I whacked it into race 2 to get the full experience, which was yeah, again, it didn't try and fire me off straight away or anything like that. It was very progressive, and that's down to the chassis, how light it is, and the setup that's on it. So yeah, pretty good. I've got my VBOX, which I'm about to put in, my HD2 system, so we're going to put that in and then get some onboard footage next time out. So all finished here at Silverstone now. Empty garage after a very successful afternoon. The car is fantastic to drive. It's more relatable to a race car than it is a road car, but it is actually road legal. It was probably one of the most quickest things out there. Fantastic day by Silverstone actually. It's Silverstone's own track days, and they had some awesome kit here. And also the standard of driving and the amount of traffic out there was mega. There was barely caught anything at all. So the car itself, 320 brake horsepower, 2 litre EcoBoost engine. It weighs just over 550 kilos and it produces 400 kilos of downforce at 150 miles an hour. So it's a serious track weapon. It's got very sort of upright, feeting position. It's very similar to an LMP1 car, or the new single-seaters, the F3s and the GP3 cars, where you raise your feet up higher, almost probably higher than where your bum sits in the car, and as a result, they can then funnel and manage the airflow underneath the car better, which is exactly what these guys do. The whole design teams from McLaren, from the automotive and Formula 1 side. A lot of very clever people, and they have built a pretty menacing track car. And the thing is, the car felt so progressive in terms of when I was sliding the car around. It wasn't like gonna spit you off and do you some serious damage or anything like that. When it did break loose, it was just very progressive, and you can really feel the faster you get, the more stable the car feels. Well, certainly the front end. I think we've got to do a little bit of aero balancing with the car. It's only just started really hitting the track properly this summer, so there's still a little bit more fine-tuning setup wise and aero balance wise to be done, but yeah, it's a pretty decent starting point, and yeah, pretty rapid round the track. So I hope to be back with these guys soon to put a little bit more setup on the car and go even faster. And yeah, then if you want some more information about the car at all, have a look in the description below for the links for the website, etc. And yeah, anything else you want to know next time I head out onto with Elemental, drop a comment, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for motor racing towards the end of 2017. Catch up then. Ciao, ciao.